Let me upfront thank my colleagues, friends, and comrades for electing me as the head of Cultural Diplomacy and Strategic Alliances Committee. Foreign policy nowadays is dominated by public diplomacy, which basically says each country has to use their non-military arsenals to communicate their relationship with other nations. And the basic element of public diplomacy is cultural diplomacy. Cultural diplomacy speaks to a nation developing through cultural artifacts and cultural productions an identity which is representative of them, and they could be able to communicate that to the entire world. We are looking at developing our literary outputs, communicating our identity as South Africans, and over and above that, as Africans. As you know, Brand Africa is under onslaught. We are still regarded as the dark continent. Over 100 years after Joseph Conrad had written that book, The Heart of Darkness, we are now saying Africa is the best continent we want to be in. We acknowledge the fact that 6 of the fastest developing economies in the world are located here in the continent. We also celebrate the fact that we are now integrating ourselves into one common market through the implementation of the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement. This is very critical because then it means we are looking at talking to 1.27 billion consumers who should be taking up our literary productions. And we are also looking at this region being the fastest economic trade area and the biggest in the whole world, in the sense that our combined GDP as a continent will be exceeding 3.6 trillion US dollars. So for us as NWASA, we are looking at translating some of our literary productions into the so-called languages of business communication in Africa. For that reason, we will not only translate our publications into indigenous South African languages, but we will also translate them into French to access Francophone Africa, into Portuguese to access the Luso-African countries. And yes, we will also translate them into Kiswahili, which is predominantly spoken all over the continent. Yes, I'm looking forward to developing strategic partnerships, not only in the literary or publishing industry, but I will also looking at forging a relationship with the music recording industry. Will also be forging strategic partnership with the film industry, because writing serves as the primary mode of all the artistic creations. In music, you have to write lyrics. In cinema, you have to write a script. So writing is key, and I'm looking forward to NWASA occupying this space. Thank you so much.